What is up, boys? My name is Berate and welcome to my Pearl guide. In this video, we're going to be going over some easy strategies that you can employ in your ranked games to absolutely dominate the map of Pearl. Quick note, these videos from now on will all be recorded live on Twitch and on YouTube, so in future guides, if you want to ask questions, make comments, or just watch it all unfold live, I will be streaming these from now on. But anyways, without any further ado, let's get into the guide. Alright, boys, welcome to Flash Initiators. Now, Flash Initiator is relatively straightforward because you're just going to be covering the same angles for pretty much any Flash Initiator. So I'm going to do this on Breach, but just know the places that I'm flashing is where you're going to be flashing for pretty much every Flash Initiator. So Gecko, Sky, whatever you decide to play. But Breach is really, really good on this map because his stuns do cover quite a bit of area that would be annoying to clear. But let me go over the places that you want to be careful of. On site, the two places that I want to make sure are flashed is I want to make sure that this side of the map is flashed right here. So like anyone sitting like in across this line here would be blind. So I want to make sure I'm flashing that. But I also want to make sure that I'm keeping either the people back site flashed or the people back halls flashed. And this is purely in the effort of making my duelist have an easier time. How do you deal with dugout? Normally I just omen blind dugout, and then generally I'll just omen blind dugout. Anyways, yeah, so generally what you're going to want to be doing with Breach on Pearl is you're going to be flashing right here for your duelist. This flash is pretty good because it covers all of this area. I'm sort of standing where the flash is, so anything within this flash's line of sight is going to get blind. And you want to throw this flash as high up as you can, like this, so that it does cover the most amount of area. That's a common misconception of the Breach flashes. With Breach flashes, you want them to be as high in the air as you can, so that they actually cover the most amount of area. Did I just get a ghost notification? Yeah, I give up. Anyways, yeah. And then the second flash I'll throw is generally I'll throw some kind of flash for back sight here, like this. That's generally about it for like flashes on B. Again, B is the easiest site to take, and again, this is going to be the most straightforward and probably shortest guide I've ever made. Is everything on this map is just so easy to do and to comprehend. So generally I'll make sure that I'm flashing in here, or if I'm playing Sky I'll curve a flash around here, or if I'm playing Gecko I'll just hook a flash above this. Gecko's actually in a really, really unique spot here because he has his one flash, but that one flash can pretty much cover. Shut up, Gecko! Anyways, yeah, that one flash. Oh, bro, if Gecko doesn't shut up, holy. Anyways, Gecko's kind of in a unique spot because Gecko can pretty much blind everything. Like this, like flash just goes, and this flash covers everything. Now, obviously, you can't really retrieve this flash. You'd probably want to throw it so that the flash can actually be retrieved, but like y'all get the idea. Gecko is absolutely S tier on this map. But yeah, the places that you want to make sure are blind is you want to make sure you're blinding back halls for your duelist if possible, and you want to make sure that you're blinding this. So it's back halls and this. Now, of course, if you realize that they're aggressing like here, you'd probably want to throw a flash over like this. So this is an honorable mention. This is an honorable mention for flashes. If you know that they like to contest you here, like they have someone sitting here, someone up here, someone back halls, that's where you'd want to throw a flash like this. That's where you want to throw a flash like this. I got you. Should you Yoru one trick? It's good, yeah. I am actually going to go over Yoru stuff on this map because like my Yoru's like low-key nasty on this map. So I'll definitely go over Yoru once the duelist side comes up. But anyways, yeah, sort of your job as an initiator, or a flash initiator rather, is to make sure that your duelist has an easy time to get on site. Make sure when your duelist is running in on site, he has blind enemies, concussed enemies, flashed enemies, just enemies that are really, really easy to kill. So that's what you want. Yeah, so generally, again, you're flashing this, like this. Then once you actually get on site, again, I'm I'm playing Gecko, but this is for any flash initiator. You're going to be making sure you're getting this flashed, and this flashed. And with Gecko, it's really easy to do that because you just sort of huck it like that, and it sort of covers everything. It doesn't really get a lot of back hauls, but it does get quite a bit of it. And if you do like intentionally try to like huck it into back hauls, then you definitely can get that coverage. But Gecko's S tier on this map. Gecko's S tier on pretty much any map, if I'm being honest. Gecko's still like one of the best agents in the game, especially for ranked. But yeah, those are 3 places you want to keep flashed. All right. Anyways, on to defending with flash initiators. Now, defending with flash initiators is pretty straightforward. You're just going to want to be on A. You're going to want to be flashing them as they come out to sort of get free kills like this. And your entire job as the flash initiator on defense is just to stall them out. You're going to be util dumping them on the choke points and just stalling them and making sure that they can't come onto site for free, because if they come onto site for free, then you lose the round. Aww. Anyways, yeah. So that's generally what you're going to be doing with flash initiators. As far as on B, playing defense on B is sort of the same idea, but it's kind of it's a lot more difficult to util dump this, because oftentimes they can just disrespect your utility and just push out anyways with their own flashes. But it's that's why Breach is good on this map, because he does have the stun that can cover that, or it can cover all of this, or he can sort of sit back here and play this, or he can deny their, if he is back hauls, he can deny their plant here, or if he's playing, you know, like right here, he can deny their plant sort of like this. He can deny that plant. If he jiggles out, he can also sort of deny this plant as well, but it's a little bit jank. You actually have to get it on the box here. But even then, it's sort of just going through. So I would only try and deny that plant if you're either back haul. Whoa, I have speech impediment over here. If you're either back hauls or you're playing CT, that's where you can deny this plant. And if you're playing right here, you can deny this plant, and it's pretty safe. You just kind of have to use your common sense. You have to figure out where they've been planting normally and then position yourself accordingly to aftershock, molly, whatever it. As far as like Gecko and Sky and all the stuff, the theory is pretty much the same. Your job is to stall them for as long as you can and then eventually fall back, and then any remaining utility that you have is used for the retake. So you're throwing this flash for the retake. You're throwing this stun to keep them off of the angle. You're using this to clear out this. And this is just examples, but you just sort of follow your team. You're going in second, and you're making sure that whoever's going in first has utility to help them out. And that's the entire theory behind flash initiators. Is also, this plant is completely broken, by the way. Abuse this plant whenever you can. Anyways, but yeah, it's just it's pretty straightforward, honestly. Just stall them for as long as you can, and then any leftover utility you have, you're using for the retake. That's about it. Anyways, on to Recon Initiators. Alrighty, I'ma be going over how to initiate, how to Recon initiate on this map. Yeah. Dart this.
Scanning ahead.
The reason why this dart here is good is because it covers pretty much everything. Covers this, covers this, covers this back here. But generally, as a Recon initiator, there are 2 places that you absolutely want to get information on. You want to get information on anyone back here, and you want to get information on anyone on site. Now with Sova, this is pretty self-explanatory, and I do recommend playing Sova on this map if you're just filling. However, if you are better at the game and you like main Recon initiators, I would play Fade. However, I'm terrible at Fade. I do not know what I'm doing when I play Fade. Fade is one of my worst agents because I just don't have the experience or the knowledge, frankly. Reason being, Fade has never really been viable in the current map rotation, except for Pearl. Fade is really, really good on Pearl. Reason being, you have like eyes like that go up here and clear everything. You have eyes like this. It's mainly just this eye right here. This eye right here is really good. On defense, Fade is good for stall. The dogs are really good for clearing out back halls. It's just, Fade's just a good character. However, I'm not confident in my Fade knowledge. If I wanted to get like a Fade player in here, I could. However, I'm not that big of a content creator, and I can't just ring up the number, and I can't just ring up the rank 1 Fade player whenever I want to. So it's a little bit wonky. However, the places that you want to make sure are clear is you're going to be clearing this and you're going to be clearing this. It's sort of the same idea as the flashes. However, you want to get information for your duelist. And with Sova, this is sort of what it would look like. I would dart back here, and then as that dart is going out, I would drone like this, right? And I make sure my drone's clearing everything, and I'm clearing out everything as I'm droning. Something that I don't see a lot of lower elo recon initiators do is actually calming as they're droning. So if I were to be droning this, here's what my comms would look like. Droning, a backside clear, close right clear, behind box clear, a close right clear, CT clear. I don't hear anything default. Or I don't hear anything CT, or I don't hear anything heaven. You use your audio cues to hear stuff with your drone, and you also use your visual cues to see stuff. Or if there's someone here, imagine someone right here, I'd be like, one back sight, close right clear, this clear, blah, blah, blah. And you want to be calming out as you're droning. That's a massive communication thing that I don't see a lot in lower elos, is calm as you drone. Calm as you drone. It's very, very important that you communicate as you're droning. Anyways, yeah, that's as far as it goes on B, really. It's pretty straightforward. Honorable mention is getting info back halls like this. But generally, I think it's just an easier time for your duelist to do this, because as you're clearing this, right, you just sort of want to check this left corner real quick and make sure there's no one there. And then once this left corner is cleared, that's the entire scariness of halls gone. So back in old Pearl, the reason why halls was so broken for the attackers is there was no risk in just running down halls, because 100% of the time you could just sit right here, hold this, and get free kills as they try to clear halls, and just hold your halls control completely for free. Now with this new Pearl, there's this 50-50 angle. They could either be in this corner here, or they could be right here. So that's where the fear of pushing halls comes in. Because say you have a neon hopping in, oh my gosh, I slide, and I'm getting ready to fight this, and there's a guy behind me shooting me in the back. That's where the fear comes in with halls. So when you're droning, Skydog, Sova drone, whatever, you're going to want to make sure that as you're clearing this, you do a quick check on this close left corner, so that when your duelist rushes in, there's zero fear to push halls. Because when you know that this corner is clear, the entire scariness of pushing halls just vanishes instantly. Halls is the freest thing to take. Honorable mention to the honorable mention is just shock darting it like this to clear it out. Whatever you have to do, just clear this corner out for your duelist at some point using your utility, so that when your duelist does inevitably dash in, slide in, ISO, shield, and vulnerability in, they only have to worry about this fight here, which is an easy pre-fire, and it's cleared. Or you slide in, hit a micro flick, and you're in. Or you can do a sick 360 and then just one tap them like that if you're feeling a little bit juicy with it. But it's what's it called? It's generally a good idea to make sure this is clear for your duelist. I really can't emphasize this enough, but it's not nearly as important as making sure this is clear and making sure all this is clear, and to calm as you're clearing it. All right, coming on over to A here. I'm gonna keep this very short and very sweet. You're gonna be going B 90% of the rounds. I've said this so many times this video, but I really want to drive it in. Go B on attack. There's no reason why you want to go A. There's zero reason to go A. Just go B. Just go B. It's not that hard. Just go B. Just spam B. You go A when you have a big ultimate. You go A when you have a big ultimate. Sova's ultimate does not count as a big ultimate. I'll get to big ultimates soon enough. I'll get to big ultimates soon. But just go B. But if you must go A, generally, I want to make sure that close right is clear, dugout is clear, and back sight is clear. Those are the 3 main danger angles, because this is going to be smoked and this is going to be smoked 90% of the time. So the only danger angles here are you have close right, you have anyone sitting in dugout here, and secret as well. You have anyone sitting dugout and secret, and you also have people back sight like this. So what a standard thing for Sova would look like for me is I would dart sort of like this. What this dart does is it clears all of secret and also all of backside, and then I would have my drone clear this. Or alternatively, you could sort of have a dart sort of like this to clear out this right angle here, and then after that you would have your drone to sort of go in and be like, oh, let me check this, let me check backside, and then let me check anyone here. Either of those work, but the 3 angles that you need information on is close right, secret, and dugout. I sort of clump these together, and backside, because this is going to be smoked and this is going to be smoked. Capiche? Capiche. On to defense. Defending on A with recon initiators is straightforward. You either want to A, be getting early information, so like you'd be throwing a dart like this or something, to get information on whether or not they're pushing the site, so that you can have that early information. And also, this dart is relatively safe. You just sort of huck it on this wall right here, and it works. Optimally, you'd want to throw it a little bit lower, like this. But realistically, is it gonna matter? Not really. Yeah. On B, as far as recon goes for defense, I like to throw a recon dart right here. This sort of gives you that early information on whether or not they're sitting here, because oftentimes what'll happen is they'll just be sitting in lobby here waiting for someone to push up, and if you have a dart going like this or something, that kind of just ruins their whole idea of being able to just do that. So generally what I like to do is I like to do that. But alternatively, what you could also do is you could just sort of sit halls like this, hold your hall space like this, dart, you know, like this as they're coming out or something, or you could sort of dart like this as they're coming out, or you could drone. But again, your entire job is to stall them and to get information. Stall them and get information. And it's more for recon initiators, it's more for getting information on retakes. So you want to be sort of holding your drone, or you want to be holding your drone-like abilities, Skydog, Fade Dog, etc. You're going to want to be holding these drone-like abilities that can give you hard information on corners. You want to be giving that to, what's it called? You want to be saving those for the retake. Because very recon onto the tree instead of the wall. Yeah, that could work too. That could work too. Yeah, yeah, reconning onto the tree works as well. But just some kind of recon to clear out sort of this area of the map. So onto the tree is good. Onto the wall is good. Onto this wall is good. If you want to be a little bit spicy with it, you could also try and bounce a dart to be like sort of like back here. Or not back there. You'd like bounce a dart with the goal of it being like right here. But that would require a lineup, and most of the people watching this video are probably going to be filling and like, you know, just like scramble searching. How do I play Pearl? Just like mid-ranked game. So yeah, but yeah, yeah. The general idea still stands. But generally, you're going to be staying alive as much as you can and saving your util. And that's a big point I want to make. On defense, stay alive. If you're playing a duelist, your life is worth nothing. In Valorant. If you're playing a duelist, you are expendable. Your job is to run in and die. Well, an initiator, your life is very important. Stay alive. Your util's way too good to be wasting taking dumb fights. Don't be swinging this. Don't be taking fights. Just let your utility do the talking for you. Your util's too good to be wasting. Anyways, yeah. All right, on to the next role.